Good afternoon, customers and members of AAA Northway. My name is Columba, and I'm with AmaWaterways. I'm happy to be here with you today to talk a little bit about river cruising, mostly in Europe, and some of our more exotic destinations as well. So let's get started. I don't know how many of you have been on a river cruise before. I'm sure many of you have been on big ships, but people often ask me, who are these people that take river cruises? They are people that have been there, done that on the big ships, or people that say, oh, no. Big ships, 3,000 people, 5,000 people, that's not my idea of fun. So we pretty much get a cross between the two. But as a company, AmaWaterways, we have been around since 2002. And when we compare big ships to rivers, we like to say oceans take you to countries where rivers take you through them. And here's a gorgeous shot of one of our ships sailing along the beautiful Moselle River. This is what it looks like. You're going to see land at all times. You're never out in the middle of nowhere, just looking at nothing but ocean, which sometimes tends to freak some people out. Not me, I can handle it both, but it's just a little bit different than an ocean cruise. Beautiful, beautiful scenery everywhere you go. We have been Partner of the Year for the past 8 years with AAA, and we really value that relationship. So here we are in 2023, achieving that goal once again, Partner of the Year, and we hope we can do it again for 2024. So again, we've been in business since 2002, so 22 years of leading the way. Here's one of our beautiful vessels sailing along the rivers of Europe. And I mentioned that we're a European company based mostly, most of our ships are based in Europe, but we do have some exotic destinations as well. Our owners are of European descent. So on the left, you see Rudy Schreiner. He's Austrian. Christine Karst, German, and Gary Murphy, whose dad was one of the original founders, was from Ireland. Gary comes from Ireland by way of Staten Island, though. So Europe is really the core of our business, but we do have some exotic destinations that I will touch upon as well. And river cruising is all we do. So we don't have big ships, little ships, submarines, airplanes, hotels, motor coaches. Rivers is all we do. And we really pride ourselves in that. And we feel that what we do very, very well. And we hope you agree. So looking at the map, we're not the only river cruise company out there. Obviously, there are others, but we all pretty much go to the same places. So it's really a matter of choosing which fits best for you. Just like with big ship cruises, why do some people choose Carnival? Some choose Royal Caribbean, some choose Celebrity. There are differences. Yes, they all go to the Caribbean. Yes, they all go to the Mediterranean, but they do it differently. And that's the same is true with AmaWaterways. So when you see all these little blue lines, these are all the rivers that we traverse. So we've got the Danube, the Rhine, we've got all the rivers in France, the Rhone, the Saône. We've got the Douro River in Portugal, and our exotic destinations of Egypt, Africa, Vietnam, Cambodia, and soon to be Colombia in South America. Now, most of our itineraries in Europe are 7-night cruises, but we always offer a pre or post land extension because we feel that most people aren't going all the way to Europe for just 7 nights. But what makes our company different is that with us on the pre or post, your cruise manager is with you from beginning to end. So when you arrive at your hotel in Prague, for example, your cruise manager will be there to meet you, greet you. There'll be breakfast included daily at the hotel. There'll be sightseeing included in Prague. There'll be some free time as well. And the cruise manager is there to act as a concierge, to give you tips, advice, what to do, where to go, where to stay away from as well. And then he'll get on the ship with you, do the 7-night cruise. And if there's a post package, they're with you there as well. So that really makes it for a seamless experience. Now, other companies will have a host at the hotel, which is a little bit different. 5 o'clock comes, they take their tablecloth and they go home, but you will have the phone number, the room number, any vital information that you need of your cruise manager in case anything should ever go awry. They're there with you every step of the way. So let's take a closer look. I mentioned Europe is our core business, Africa, Asia, Egypt, and soon Colombia in South America. We have a total of 27 ships in our fleet by the end of next year, and we're growing, but slowly. We add a few ships each year just to keep things interesting, but we're not growing in leaps and bounds. We would like to keep things, to a limit, and we want to make sure we're providing the best service for our clients, wherever they're coming from. So when we look at some of the itineraries, this is a classic Danube itinerary. And if you take a look at our brochure, you'll see we have several that cover the Danube. So you might see the Romantic Danube, Legendary Danube, Blue Danube Discovery. They're all covering the same areas, but just maybe a little bit differently, a little bit longer in one place rather than another. So you get to choose what's best for you. So the romantic Danube will start you with 3 nights at a fantastic hotel in the central part of Prague in the Czech Republic. After your 3 nights there, you'll then take a motor coach, have a stop in Regensburg before we continue to Wilshofen, Germany, where you board the ship. Now, Wilshofen, Germany is very special to us because no matter what time of year you're in Wilshofen, we always offer an Oktoberfest. Even if it's April, we don't care. We have a great relationship with the town of Wilshofen. The mayor will come down, the beer queen. There's lots of local beers, pretzels, dancing, singing, lots of fun on your first night, or possibly your last if you go in the other direction, but always something special in Wilshofen. As we continue, you'll go to Passau, Germany, where the 3 rivers meet. You'll do your excursions that are all included. And every excursion that's listed in our brochure is included. We do not charge extra for excursions. You'll continue then to Linz, which is a tough day to make a decision because you've got 3 fantastic excursions that day, but you can't do them all. So you got to pick one. You can go to Český Krumlov, which is in the Czech Republic, a beautiful medieval town. Or you can do a full day excursion to Salzburg and get your Sound of Music on. Or you can visit the Austrian Lake District, which is a beautiful area of Austria. You'll visit the church where Maria married Captain von Trapp. Just beautiful, beautiful scenery. Then you'll continue along to Dürnstein, Weissenkirchen. There are many beautiful churches in Europe, but one of my favorites is definitely Melk Abbey in Dürnstein. Dürnstein's also known for its apricots, great wines. So you'll have a wonderful day experiencing this area. Then you'll continue on. Vienna is another option for you, Bratislava, and then on to Budapest. So lots of major capitals, European capitals on this, and you'll see that in this 1 week with the 3-night extension of Prague, you'll be visiting 5 different countries in Europe. So like I said before, the big ships have to go all the way around, but we're touching all these countries one after another. You all know the benefits of cruising, unpack once and enjoying all the beauty around you. Another very popular itinerary is the Rhine River. So the Rhine on this itinerary would start with 2 nights at a hotel in Zurich, 2 nights at a hotel in Lucerne with sightseeing, breakfast, the services again of your cruise manager. You'll head then to Basel, Switzerland, where you'll board the ship, and you'll do a 7-night cruise up to Amsterdam. This beginning part of the cruise is probably my favorite part. It takes you to the beautiful Alsace region of France. So you're going to be visiting these little towns and villages that at one time were occupied by Germany, then France, then Germany, but now France again. But you'll see the influences of Germany throughout the architecture. You'll visit the Black Forest. It gives you all of that quaint little fairy tale village kind of a feel, that those half timber homes, that very Hansel and Gretel kind of a feel to them. Then you'll continue on to some of the biggest cities along the Rhine, like Heidelberg, which is a beautiful spot. You could also take a day trip to Speyer instead of Heidelberg. Ludwigshafen, which is our jumping off stop for Rudesheim, then Lahnstein, where you'll see beautiful castles. And when you're sailing along the Rhine River Gorge, there'll be beautiful castles along the way. You'll get commentary from our cruise managers up at the top. Then you'll continue to Cologne, another big city in Germany, as we make our way then up to Amsterdam. People often ask me, which one do you prefer? They're both very different. I think the Danube offers more of the big city kind of a feel, and the Rhine offers more of the quaint little towns. So depending on what mood you're in, but I really enjoy both of them. In France, we have several different itineraries, as I mentioned. A lot of them deal with the beautiful wine regions of France. So we do the Taste of Bordeaux. We've got the Colors of Provence. We have 2 itineraries that touch upon visiting the beaches of Normandy, which is a very, very popular spot. So we have our regular Paris-Normandy cruise, which does a round-trip Paris itinerary. But I really prefer this one because it's a one-way cruise. I think you get a little bit more when you go one way. So this would start with 2 nights in the beautiful City of Lights of Paris. This will be a beautiful hotel. You'll have sightseeing that's included. Then you'll make your way along the Seine River. And this really gives you such a nice variety of different things that appeal to different people, right? Like you've got your historical sites. You've got your sites that, veterans want to see. You got your beautiful visit to Rouen, which is where Joan of Arc was burned at the stake, where she was from. You'll go to Vernon and visit Monet's gardens, which are spectacular. Giverny, I should say, where Monet's gardens. You'll see where Van Gogh spent some of his time as well. And then you'll disembark the ship here in Le Havre. Once you disembark, this is at the mouth of the English Channel. So you're going to take a motor coach then and continue on to Saint-Malo. Saint-Malo is beautiful, beautiful walled city. You'll spend 3 nights there, but you'll have a full day excursion that will take you to Mont Saint-Michel. If you've seen pictures of Mont Saint-Michel, it's something that stays with you forever. It's absolutely spectacular to see. So I really like this. You've got the Normandy beaches. You've got all those historical places I talked about earlier. So either this one or the Paris Normandy cruise both include the beaches of Normandy. Again, very, very popular. So when we look at AMA as a company, we may not be a company that you're familiar with because we're not the biggest river cruise company out there. And we don't do a lot of advertising, a lot of direct mail. We rely on past guests that talk about how wonderful their experience was. And we rely on the travel professionals like those at AAA Northway to tell you what's the difference in the different products out there. But AmaWaterways is definitely known for their innovation. We were the first to come out with twin balcony staterooms, which means you have a step-out balcony as well as a French balcony. We're the first to offer a wellness program on board our ships. So we have a coach on board that's going to get you up in the morning, do a little core strengthening resistance band training. They're also there to escort you on the more strenuous excursions like hiking and biking. Sustainability is very important to us, and 20 of our ships in Europe have won the Green Award. And when it comes to innovation, we are the first river cruise company to offer pickleball on board that's only available on the Ama Magna, but it is a first, so we're proud of that. Also, spaciousness. Our ships in Europe on average carry 156 guests, where our major competitor carries 190 guests. So we give you a bit more space. That means our staterooms are larger because we're carrying less people. We also have connecting staterooms, triple staterooms, and quad staterooms. We also offer a lot of amenities on board that our major competitors do not because they're too packed with people and not enough space for the extras that we provide. So extras like this. On our smaller ships, we feature just a jacuzzi, but on the larger ships, we have a pool, as you see in this photo here. Those pools are even heated, so even in the winter months, guests can enjoy them. We also have a masseuse on board. We have a hairdresser on board. We have, of course, the gyms on board. We have a library. We have a wonderful gym where they have a juice bar on the Ama Magna, and there's a shot of the pickleball court on the Ama Magna as well. Every evening, we offer a complimentary sip and sail cocktail party. So although we don't include all alcohol all day, we do have beer, wine, and soda that's included every night with lunch and dinner. And we have a sip and sail party every night before dinner. So drinks are not very expensive on board. They're very reasonable. And you'll realize when you're on a river cruise, you're spending most of your day off the ship anyway. But if you do want to drink, like I said, they're very, very reasonably priced. After the cocktail party, you'll make your way to the main dining room where there's a wonderful array of choices to be made. The menu changes every night. We're part of the Champ de Retisseur and the Table au Bourge, which are two culinary institutes. You'll get a flavor of the destination. So your menu might be different when you're on the Danube than it is when you're in France. We like to infuse the flavors of the destinations, but sometimes we throw in dishes from our other destinations just to keep things interesting. But it's an open seating policy for all of our meals. Breakfast and lunch are served from particular times, like let's say 7 to 9. Lunch is maybe 12 to 2. Dinner, we want everybody there at the same time. So if it starts at 7 or 7:30, it's a little bit more formal atmosphere. So we want to greet everyone at the same time and have them be served their entrees at the same time. But a wonderful experience where the menus change every night, as do the wines. So we don't just come around and say red or white. We will give you a full lesson on all the different wines that we serve on board the ship. And if you don't turn your glass upside down, be careful because they do keep on coming. There's no limit to the amount you can drink. We also have on board our ships in Europe, except for Portugal, we offer a specialty restaurant. But unlike the big ships, we don't charge extra to go to our specialty restaurant. Once you're on board, you'll make a reservation, and one night during the cruise, it accommodates 24 to 28 guests. You'll see in the background here, it's got an open kitchen where you'll see the chef preparing the dishes. So you'll make your reservation, you'll enter, the maitre d' will introduce himself, he'll introduce the wines, the staff, and then it begins. This is a multi-course tasting menu. So unlike the main dining room where you have choices, this is the same menu all week long. You will not have choices, but it's beautifully presented, delectable delights that I believe you will thoroughly enjoy. Again, beer, wine, soda are included and no additional charge to dine at our specialty restaurant called the Chef's Table. There's some shots of our beautiful food. One thing I should mention about the Ama Magna, she offers 4 different restaurants. So in addition to the main restaurant, 3 specialty restaurants, and again, no charge for any of them. After dinner, you'll make your way back up to the lounge where you'll have your evening entertainment. It's totally local entertainment. So if you're looking for Broadway, if you're looking for Las Vegas, that's not happening. We really want to bring you the culture of the destinations we're traveling through. So it could be a musical entertainment, it could be a dance troupe, it could be a trio, it could be a number of different things. But we don't shut down until the last person leaves. So don't think that, it's going to be quiet and stuffy. If you're tired at 10:30, you can make your way back to your stateroom. But those of you that want to hang around, the piano player will be there, as will the bartender. And again, the wellness program. So if you like to stay fit while you're on vacation, or maybe you just want to try something new when you're on vacation, the wellness coaches are there to get you started. We offer bike tours. We offer hiking tours. So we offer a variety of excursions, again, that are all included. Everything listed in the brochure is included. And there you see some shots, beautiful vineyards that you can be walking through. We do some culinary excursions, the bike tours, the hiking tours, and lots of exclusive experiences as well. So as I mentioned earlier, Wilshofen, you will always have an Oktoberfest. We visit some exotic, some castles that are exclusive, not exotic, exclusive to AmaWaterways. You'll have entrance into some of these fabulous places. And when we start our cruises in Colombia next year, we will offer a Carnaval in Barranquilla, no matter what month it is, even if it's not Carnival season, because we like to make things interesting. And we also offer some themed cruises. So if you like to have a little bit extra on your cruises, we've got wonderful cruises during the Christmas market season. So Christmas markets usually open the Sunday after Thanksgiving and go to Christmas. We have wonderful wine cruises. You'll notice them in our brochure with a little bunch of grapes next to them. That means there'll be a host on board that's going to talk about wines. You'll do wine tastings, wine pairings. Of course, tulip times are very, very popular. So if you really love tulips, you love springtime, you want to join us March through May on our cruises from Amsterdam. And newly added this year, we've started a Soulful Experience excursions, or Soulful Experience cruises, I should say, that offer a little bit more Black culture and history in parts of Europe that we travel to. So we have a few that are in Provence, we have Egypt, and we'll have Colombia next year as well as the Douro River. So a little bit something different that AmaWaterways offers. And also, as I mentioned, those land extensions, the pre and the post, beautiful places like Saint Malo, which will take you to this beautiful picture here that you see of Mont Saint-Michel, Paris, Prague, Lake Como, Jordan, when you're doing our Egypt itineraries. So wonderful land packages. And there's one of our wonderful cruise managers, as I mentioned, that will be traveling with you from beginning to end. Now, touching upon briefly our exotics, and if you want more information about the exotics, we can definitely do another one of these calls that focuses specifically on these destinations. But we have a small 122 passenger ship that sails on the Mekong River between Vietnam and Cambodia. Fantastic product. We have safari cruises. So if you've always thought of Africa as a bucket list item where people think of it as safari, they think of the wildlife, those wonderful lodges. Well, we give you all of that, but we incorporate a 4-night cruise along the Chobe River, which is densely populated with elephants and 350 species of birds. Very, very popular. The ship is only 14 staterooms, 28 guests, so very exclusive as well as being very popular. Our newest destination added recently was the Nile River. We have 2 small ships sailing here, the Amadalia and the Amalilia. It's a full 11-day program that starts with 3 nights in Cairo, then a 7-night Nile River cruise. I highly recommend this 7-night cruise. I know there are many operators that offer 3 or 4-night cruises. It's too rushed, it's too fast, it's not enough time. You really want to do it more leisurely. Our ships here carry a maximum of 80 guests. And that package with Cairo has to be added. It cannot be taken away. So it's got to be a full 11-night program. What you can add to that is Jordan or Dubai. We were offering Israel, but obviously that's been discontinued for the moment, and hopefully things will get back to normal there and we'll be able to add it back. But the Nile is a fantastic destination. I got to do it and I absolutely loved it. And next, coming up next year, is Colombia. So most river cruise companies, when you think of a river cruise in South America, you think of the Amazon. Well, AMA's doing a little bit differently. We're going to the Magdalena River in Colombia. We feel it offers a little bit more culture, a little bit more history, a lot more color, and just the people there are just a wealth of just happiness compared to the Amazon, which is really just wildlife and snakes and birds. We've got birds, we've got wildlife, but we add a little bit more by going to Colombia. So we'll be offering 7-night cruises from Barranquilla to Cartagena starting in 2025. And we've got lots of great promotions going on. I talked about the pre or post land extension. Well, we have dates in 24 or 2025 where we're offering those extensions complimentary. So here are the cities that are there being offered in. Please go to your AAA Northway advisor and talk to them about it. They'll be happy to tell you which dates this is available for. It's a constantly changing list, but if you're flexible, they will find it for you and you'll be able to enjoy a complimentary land package. We know that this year airfares are a little out of control, but we're trying to make it easier. So we've got these flat rate air program that's in place. Economy Air, $8.99, Premium Economy, $22.99, and Business Class at $42.99. These are limited time offers, as was the land package. You have to be booked by June 30th, but this will give you a little added benefit. You can't be as picky with your flights. If you're going to be picky with your flights, you can go with our regular air program, but then you'll pay the regular prices. Either way, what's great about booking the air with AMA is that your transfers are all included. So you don't have to worry about how you're going to get to the ship or to the hotel once you get off the plane. So talk to your AAA advisor about that as well. We've got some great summer promotions going on right now. July and August, people I know in your area like to stay home. It's a beautiful time of year, but maybe you're a teacher, maybe you work in a school and July and August is the only time you can go. We've got some great deals, $1,000 off the cruise fare, complimentary stateroom upgrade, and an onboard credit. So again, talk to your advisor about those dates. If we have any solo travelers that are listening in today, most of our sailings we offer at 50% solo supplement, but we have a lot of dates this year we're offering at 20%, and we even have some dates where we're waiving the single supplement. So again, if you're flexible, your advisor can find the date that fits best for you. Military offer that we have in place, we've always had one, but it was $100. Now we've upped the game a little bit. It's $250 per active or retired military service member on any of our river cruises except for Africa. We even have a list of dates in 2024 where we're offering these active or retired military 2-for-1 pricing and just a 10% solo supplement. So flexibility is the key. And a referral offer. If you've sailed with us, maybe you weren't aware of this, but if you refer a first-time AMA cruiser to us, you will both receive a $100 savings off your next cruise. And you do not have to travel together. So you could go on your cruise, they can go on their cruise, but just refer the other couple for savings for both. It's a great value, something you can add to both of your portfolios. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. I again appreciate your time. Talk to your AAA Northway advisors. They're very well versed. They've traveled with us. They know my product, and I'm happy to be here to talk to you and enlighten you a little bit about AmaWaterways and I hope that you'll consider sailing with us. Thanks for your time today. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.